Welcome back to the Mezcal Buzz Experience. We're here with a special tasting. Jack and I have a really cool opportunity. We got our hands on Tequila Dame Mas.
We got two expressions here. We got the Repo and the Extra Añejo. And honestly, just judging by the quality and look of these bottles, I'm excited to try these. These look really good.
Me too, man. I actually had a really cool chance to speak with Rosario, who is the founder of the brand, and she really broke down the philosophy behind the brand, her experience, and the process of the tequila that we're about to taste. So I'm looking forward to it very much, and actually looking forward to hopefully having Rosario, if you're watching, have you on the podcast to join us to talk about her experience and her process behind Tequila Dame Mas.
Yeah.
Shall we get to it?
Yeah, let's just dive right in, right?
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Why don't we start with the Repo, right?
Yeah. The Repo.
So this is out of, let me see, NOM 1577 out of Jalisco.
The distillery is Agave Conquista. And yeah.
Cool.
So the Repo is aged 11 months, right?
11 months, yeah.
Cool. I mean, right now as you're closing the bottle, I'm looking at it. We one of the very special things of Tequila Dame Mas that they're handmade and hand painted bottles.
They're like beautiful.
Each bottle's this is like
each bottle's like unique and
it looks like Talavera.
Yeah, let's get right into it, shall we?
Yeah, I'm observing right now, like the color is nice. It's like a little like straw, little golden hue to it, and it has a nice body to it that I could see right here in the glass.
I do have to say a Repo is my favorite expression of a tequila.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got the little bit of like caramely notes of the Añejo, but not like too much.
And you get still the like the essence of the agave in it.
The freshness is still there.
This
one's really nice.
The aging process is done in cognac barrels, French cognac barrels.
Yeah, she was saying a lot of tequilas are, it's, Jack Daniels or old whiskey barrels, so it's a unique aging process. And what I also found interesting, she was talking about the actual production process, and it's actually produced more similarly to mezcal than like an industrial tequila today.
Facts.
Yeah.
We'll mention that in a second because I want to taste it. Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is delicious.
I like it.
Yeah, that is good juice.
Before I say anything, I'm going to go back for a second taste.
Yeah.
This is really good. Great mouthfeel. The viscosity there is lovely in my opinion. And it does have a little tingly sensation, which I love from most mezcales that I have. I'm liking this in this tequila. And I'm going to say there's a nice subtle sweetness here.
Yeah. Yeah. And is that coming from the cooked agave?
I taste the cooked agave there. I do taste the influence of the barrel. There's like a caramel,
just a little bit
flavor. Yeah. The char, like a I don't want to call it smoky, but there's like a little char kind of flavor. She did mention that they char the inside of the barrels. That gives it like a little I don't know what it's called when it's charred, but some of the fluid comes out.
Oh, okay. Like the sap, or
I don't know if it's the sap or stuff that's there before. Yeah, but that helps influence the flavor. I did see some reviews online, and a lot of people were mentioning overly sweet, or it's like there were claims of artificial flavor here. I'm gonna say I don't taste an overly sweet artificial flavor. It is a nice sweetness, and speaking with Rosario, she told me and guaranteed me there's no additives here. There's no added flavors to this tequila. one note that she did mention that I thought was super unique, and we're talking about the process, is that the tequila is fermented in open air. So if we talk about the harvesting, then the crushing of the agaves is done with a taona. I think she said about almost 80% of the agave fibers are crushed with taona.
Oh, okay.
The other fibers are crushed using a mechanical shredder.
Okay.
And they're cooked in hornos de mampostería, which is traditional brick ovens, right?
Oh,
So
wow,
I
yeah.
think that's a pretty cool thing too. And fermentation is done open air fermentation with no added yeast, just natural yeast in the
Which
environment.
is interesting for tequila, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
unique for
think so.
tequila, yeah.
From what I have known and learning,
Yeah.
what we've seen is
Yeah.
there's a lot of proprietary yeasts and added yeast in tequila, which is great. It helps a lot of differentiations between
Yeah.
that. And I thought it was unique as well to know that
Yeah.
it's done open air with natural yeast of the environment. Reminds me of all the mezcales
Yeah.
that are made.
Yeah.
And also, she did mention, she was like, "You're giving away my trade secrets," when I was asking her, but in the fermentation tanks, in the process, that they do add whole pieces of the cooked agave
Oh,
that hasn't
interesting.
not been
Maybe that's why
crushed.
some of that sweetness. I will say I won't I hesitate to call it sweetness, but I do taste it tastes a bit of like an añejo. The
Okay.
like caramel, the little bit of caramel, you get the little bit of oak barrel that I miss in a lot of repos. There, you know, a repo
Yeah.
is normally pretty similar, maybe a little sweeter than a blanco, but this is really delicious. Yeah, like just on the
It's
edge.
good.
It's like just on the edge of that añejo.
I do yeah, I like it that I am tasting like agave sweetness, agave syrup
Yeah.
right now. Like, if you know, when you're making cocktails, the agave
Yeah.
syrup.
Yeah.
I could see why somebody might be like, "Oh, it's so," because I don't see a lot of this. It's a clean sweetness. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't taste like
What's
bubble
interesting is
gum or like
vanilla or like, you know, some of these other additive tequila things that they add to people add to tequila. But no, and I think it's interesting because at least coming into this, my experience with repos is like what I said. It's very, I don't want to say one note, but a repo tastes like a repo, and this has a little bit of extras, a little extra something, and I kind of want to pour a little extra more because
Yeah,
this is
man, go
delicious.
for it.
Jeez.
And I do like the alcohol feel in it. It's a 40% ABV, but I do
That mouthfeel,
yeah,
right?
the
Yeah,
mouthfeel
little bit of
is
tingle.
like a little tingle to it.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
And what's interesting, and I think she mentioned this too, is she was really when she was developing this brand, she really wanted what you smelled to be what you tasted, and I think that comes through really well with this.
Fact. That's true.
The
It's very balanced in that
yeah,
way.
the nose is very balanced with the taste.
And that's cool because a lot of times in different tastings, or especially when I'm talking about mezcal, part of the experience in mezcal is oftentimes a different journey where, like, what you smell is something different than what you taste, and in some tequilas as well too. And I think they're different types of journeys, right? I think this is a balanced journey if we're gonna put it in that sense. So yeah, you do it does equate to what you're getting on the aromas to the flavor.
Yeah.
Taste and
And I will say, well, this is really good. And shout out Rosario, really great product, really great juice. And what was interesting is in talking with her, she said that she wanted to produce tequila that she likes.
Yeah.
And the taste that she likes. And I really like that, you know. I like when there's that personal touch to the product and the juice, and you say, "Oh, okay, this is what she likes," and yeah.
Hopefully we have her on soon and she could come tell us
I'd
more
love to
about her
pick her
story.
brain.
She has a great story, and yeah, her background, I mean, she has an extensive background in the tequila industry, marketing with brands, being part of the process. She is técnica tequilera. So
Oh,
she
okay.
is formally trained. She has like the certification with the Secretaría de Educación in Mexico, like a legit program, and has done this. So she knows the process. She knows
Yeah.
what she was putting together here, and it tastes like that. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I think so. I'm pleasantly surprised here. I like
Yeah,
it.
this is delicious. Jeez. Well, thank you so much, Rosario, for sending these bottles. I can't wait to get into the extra añejo that you sent. But I think for now, we'll sign off and we'll catch you on the next one.